But okie dokie, let's head into it, shall we? See what we get. Sparkbolt once more. Oh game, you know just the way to a man's heart. Oh no, I'm so used to having spider legs now. I immediately tried to crawl my way upwards and onwards. But even if we can get just a fraction of the firepower that we saw in the last run, then I will be a happy camper to say the least. Guess the first key to that is probably to come out of this place with a bit of a living wage. Okay, we're in Viney Town. That's actually a bit of a shame, because that generally makes things a bit tricky to navigate. But when has that ever been a problem for us? We've got map knowledge for days. We know these caves like the back of my hand. Right? Not like I'm constantly making jokes comparing myself to the stereotypical dad on a road trip. Invisibilium? Sure. I'll take it. I'll take one of each, please. Okay. Oh, jeez. Whoa, what the heck are you doing here? That's not something we normally see this early on, but... Okay, I guess we'll have to try and make it work. Magic missile's alright. At least this time we'll be able to successfully break ground above our head. So that's something in its own right. Are you gonna see me? There we go. I knew there was only a matter of time. Excuse me, friends. Just on my way through. I hope you don't mind some senseless slaughter. The genocide of your entire species. So you know what? They're always talking about how we should save animals from extinction, but I land on the other side. Let's just send them all to oblivion, you know? In the video game, let's be clear. And I'll break my way up into our chesty boy here. Now that is an allowance. Thank you, Daddy RNG. I appreciate it. Apparently that's the thing that most gamers are missing out of. You just gotta ask nastily? That's the opposite of what I was going for. You just have to ask nicely, is the thing. Oh jeez, sir. If everyone could just chill for a brief moment, one at a time. I'd be happy to address your concerns one at a time, but unfortunately, our offices are very busy at this time of year. Perfect. Again, just politeness. That's the key to Noita. I mean, sure, you could learn the couple hundred of tricks that you need in order to successfully navigate your way through a winning run, but why do so when you can instead just ask nicely and have everything handed to you on a silver platter? At least that's the hope. That's the dream that we're looking to achieve. Keep slowly but surely peeking our way down. Excuse me, friend. I don't appreciate surprises. Oh, jeez. I knew it. I was about to say, this is where our perfect record goes to die. You may be saying to yourself, it wasn't a perfect record, I got hit earlier, and I would tell you to quiet down in front, please. There's a man focusing over here. I actually require radio silence to perform. I mean, sure, Twitch is an interactive platform where I should be interacting with everyone. But I'm kind of a trendsetter, so I decide, screw all that noise. I mean, sure, I love to hear from people, get new perspectives in life. Why bother when I can just automatically assume that I am a genius and that my way is just always correct? I never listen to anyone. At least that way I'd fit in with the majority of the human population. Boom. That was one of the laziest hi-hats that I've ever endeavored, but hopefully it at least kind of came across. Is this? Oh, that's Swamp. That's what Swamp looks like. How about that? That's kind of a lovely hue. Nice little bit of turquoise water for us to spend our days. The old lagoon. Refill our glass here. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be drinking the swamp water. Let's not be too unreasonable. I mean, sure, it's beautiful, but drinkable? Potable? I don't know. That might be stretching things a bit. All dead ends, hey? There's nothing for me here. Nothing but disappointment and shame. That's just your regular Wednesday for me, my dude. That doesn't look like the way. This, though? I wouldn't mind grabbing another wand, potentially getting a couple more spell effects. I guess even some cash is not exactly anything to complain about. Though, as you all know, if you've been watching for any amount of time, I am desperately crossing my fingers and hoping that we get Spell Shop in our first Holy Mountain. Don't get me wrong, I love a good wand upgrade, but unfortunately the majority of the time it is far too expensive and generally not quite as effective as I would like. Alright, squeeze on through. Come on, come on. It is a cheat day, I guess, so fair enough. I should not have eaten that whole pizza before delving into the dungeon. You know, they always saying, don't you dungeon delve on an empty stomach, but what they forget to mention is that unlike the myth that eating before swimming causes you to get cramps, it's actually completely 100% totally true that eating before you go dungeon delving does give you cramps. So keep that in mind as you will go spelunking. Play it safe out there. It's not like having calories to burn is at all relevant or important to physical activity, you know? Well, it might be looking like 600 gold is good enough for us today. Might be a bit of a stretch to try and find another avenue here. I guess we could start blowing holes in the environment. Which, I mean, if I've already espoused some views on how we should be making more animals go extinct, why don't we go full kit and caboodle and just say, yeah, let's destroy the Earth? Honestly, the Earth had it too good for too long. I'm always saying that. I'm definitely not a proponent to environmentalism and making sure that we live a low-impact lifestyle. Instead, I want to burn it all to the ground. Because surviving as a species, honestly, overrated. Gosh darn it. You gonna do me dirty like that, Noita? After all my talk of a polite conversation with the imaginary video game gods. Ooh. Empty potion is exactly what I'm looking for. Don't mind if I do. I'm just gonna be squeegeeing this up real quick. Oh, did I just eat oil by accident? Oh, crud. I was trying to swim downwards. Don't you hate it when you get those two actions confused? Try and swim downwards, end up chugging a bunch of oil and vomiting all over the place. Not exactly ideal. We should be recovering relatively soon here at least. There we go. And then ignore the puke, please. I'm mostly here for the oil depositing. I'm sorry, the puzzle gods. Just sometimes the way things have got to be. What have we got? Ooh. Triplicate shot. Oh my, you shouldn't have, game. How sweet of you. Do I care about starting wand? I wouldn't mind keeping black hole as a potential option for the future. Magic missile follows a fairly similar trajectory. Let's see if this is usable. This ping pong path makes things real interesting. for sure. I mean, our short to mid-range damage, definitely, absolutely killer. Beyond that, I don't know. We're working on it. You know, let's take this and run with it, see how far it gets us. Starter wand is pretty much just hot trash anyway. Oh my gosh, and I didn't think you were going to be in range, friend. I thought we were definitely a bit out on the lurch there, but I will take it. Okay, this time, do not drink oil by accident. Maybe a bit of a controversial take to have, but I've always said that you should not chug gasoline. I mean, sure, the fumes will do some little bit of something for you, but at the end of the day, you are gonna puke everywhere, and maybe even die. At least in the video game. Real life, I don't see the problem. How could it possibly go wrong? Okay, vines, I'm sorry, but there's only one way we get out of this in one piece. There we go. What am I at now? 600 and some? Oh. What? Oh, crap. I clicked off the screen. Hold up. Have patience with me, game. Oh, what the heck is that wand? Has like wind blast and some kind of flamethrower. I mean, at least you'll take yourself out, and for that I will commend you. Saves me the trouble of needing to come to any consensus on my own morality. Maybe, sir. Nope. Also just gonna put yourself out. That's cool too. To each their own, and definitely fair enough. Hey, hope everybody is fine. Me too, Lynn. Me too. I mean, I'm definitely doing fantastic at the very least. It's a good day, a busy week, but a good day nonetheless. I hope that you're doing fine at the very least. Hopefully fantastic. Hope things are going well over in Germany. You're fine? Glad to hear it. And as always, thanks for dropping by. I hope your week in general has been alright. Oh geez, I did not even see our other friend here. I do not want to burn up in lava if possible. Maybe a bit much to ask in this day and age, but it would be nice. Let's just, let's move forward, shall we? Oh, good opportunity to stretch a little bit, get a breath of fresh air here in the Holy Mountain. As long as nothing comes crawling out and destroys, angers the gods, and puts us in a rough spot. But it seems to not be the case, so that's great. Ooh, and it is a spell shop. And I think Chainsaw is one of the ones that we actually want a lot. Recharge time goes down using these. Heck yeah. I mean, I'll take that, especially since our current wand, recharge time is really the only issue I have in life. So if I do something like this, can't complain, you can always feel better, but you're okay. Nice calm week. Right, and that can definitely be nice sometimes. I mean, I know that sometimes I go a little bit stir crazy myself, but still is generally a good thing to at least every once in a while get those calmer weeks where things can settle down. You can get a chance to breathe and, you know, relax a little bit. It's something that I definitely appreciate. But I'm happy to hear it. I agree with the sentiment of things can always be better as well. Because, well, that could be seen as a pessimistic angle. I'm actually fairly optimistic within that framing and feel like grass is always greener just around the corner. I can get my power back in those weeks. Exactly, yeah. Get that need, or necessary rather, recharge time Nice breath of fresh air. Streamer Loot, you've played 150 hours and you've never seen chainsaws in the Holy Mountain? Yeah, no, you gotta sign up for that Prime Loot bonus that all of us streamers have, especially, you know, top of the line, huge streamers like myself. And honestly, pretty much the same thing in terms of our perks today. This Lukey or Lucky Mutation was a lot of fun last time. Extra life, I mean, that's just, what more could you possibly ask for in life? I mean, I will take it. Do I even need this triple, actually? I guess it doesn't matter where I put things. You're a shuffle anyway. That's slightly more affordable in terms of mana cost, so I think I like that. Should also take a second. Earlier when I accidentally clicked off my screen, I also highlighted half the chat in OBS, and it's driving me a little bit bonkers, but there we go. All fixed now. I mean, you gotta take the extra life, right? When it's proffered to you. How can you? I guess, how can you not? That's an important word. Very much the distinction that changes the thrust of that sentiment in general. And I feel like I should just get rid of something, or more so, take like these bombs off this wand so that we have a nice easy swap to make. I don't have to think too hard in the future. I think I gotta go with the extra life. I really want the fun little spider limbs, don't get me wrong. It is a lot of fun. We just had that last run, but I'll cut my losses. I know a god item when I see it. At the very least, that was our one saving grace last round as well. But speaking of streamer loot, we also got +1 life and spider limbs last time around, both of which were absolutely incredible. You know, only second to the fact that we created a god wand, the likes of which I've never seen before. And it absolutely carried our way through more of the game than I've managed to see in the past. I'm still not at the level where I actually know what the ending, I mean, looks like, to say the least, but on top of that, I don't even know how far it is or how close I've come in the past. I'm hoping that we've gone relatively close. Okay, let's douse ourselves real quick. I knew it. Anytime you see a waterlogged chest, you know that you're in a bit of a bind. That is not a chest, my friend. It's one of the so-called mimics, as it were. At least in this video game, the mimics follow kind of the classic rules of their kind and only show up as chests, because oh gosh, if they could be any item on the entire map, I would be jumping out of my skin at every given opportunity. How far have I gone? I've gone to the area after the jungle. I think it was called the Vaults. And yeah, got it a couple weeks ago on a run that didn't deserve to get that far. We were kind of sprinting through a couple of those last few levels, didn't have the DPS to actually make any real progress in places like the jungle. And then just in our first run of the day before this one, we got there again on a pretty strong character. Unfortunately, met our end to a good old Uko. Definitely not the first nor the last time we'll see that, I'm sure, but I'm hopeful for the future. I also forgot that triple shot can dig. So we're actually in a good spot here. Let's make sure that we're collecting up a nice chunk of change. Oh. I had one job today. Stream title says it all, Tor. You had one job. Don't blow yourself up. At least it wasn't a fatal interaction this time. We'll make our way through in one piece. That was just a taste. And honestly, that little dose of humility is all we need in life to succeed in the future, right? Make sure that we're not getting too big for our britches. We're not going to do anything too stupid. Instead, we'll just do things that are mostly stupid, and that's better, right? Plus the fact that we're self-aware about it, that fixes all the potential issues at play, right? Right? I sure hope so. Self-awareness is the one thing I got going for me. It's about as good as it gets. Where else can I dig for some buried treasure? I could make myself... Oh, jeez. Let's immediately give ourselves a quick hot shower after falling in a pile of acid. We are filing our pile of acid. I mean, 'tis the season. A little bit late. I think tax season ended a week ago, but always file your acid tax. They're always saying that in wizarding school. And you know, I never really got it till today. The things you learn with on-the-job experiences, you know? I guess that's why they value on-the-job dungeon delving time. Excuse me. Just hop, skipping a jump. Almost jumped right into that last one, but yeah. Let's get a little slimy. I would like to avoid all the lava and acid, creating a bit of an untenable living situation there, to say the least, but that's okay. Let's just keep digging for gold a little bit. This is definitely one of our better cash amounts that we've seen in the early part of the game. So I will definitely take that and hopefully try and leverage it into something incredible in the future. Wouldn't that be lovely? One can dream, at least. As hopelessly optimistic as it may seem. I do believe. So instead of staying true to that whole, you know, self-awareness thing I was preaching earlier, I've decided, screw that. Let's just become the most confident person in the world. We are the God Gamer, and anything otherwise is honestly the game's fault. Right? It's the children who are wrong. It couldn't possibly be me. I can blast my way through. That's a little bit of a tough cookie to crack, that stone, but we got there. Pulling some Tanjiro strats out of our butt here. Slice the rock in two. Nice little reference for all my weebs out there. How greedy should I get? How much time do I spend just needlessly cracking the crust of the earth for chump change? I mean, I'd like to get at least that. That's a mother load right there. Not literally, of course, just because my family does come from northern Canada, the heart of the gold rush, so I feel like I at least have a slightly better understanding of gold rush based nomenclature than the average person, whatever good that does for me. I guess it's been a while since I did a nice little bit of chilling for northern Canada, so I wouldn't mind slipping in a little extra reference to Dawson City here. If you've never been to northern Canada in general, I can always recommend Dawson City. Such a fantastic place. And it's funny, I did rather catch myself there about to say a lot of history, but that's of course a bit of a relative statement when you're in Canada, North America in general. It's always so funny that we're like, it's 200 years old, it's an ancient relic of the past, and then you talk to anybody from Europe or Asia, and they just laugh at you in ancient languages. So we don't exactly hold a candle. 1,400 gold. I mean, it's something. I guess I can always spend extra time in the next area, right? If I'm well and truly desperate for some cash flow, might be a good idea. I don't know why everyone's just chilling here. I mean, I'm gonna take advantage of it and take a sip of my drink, but I feel like all of you buddies should be hounding me down, chasing me to the ends of the earth. Again, I want to be careful. I'm not complaining, Noita. Don't you dare renege on me. I like this version of the game. In fact, I feel like we have a good working relationship. I asked the game to politely give me the absolute nuts, and it does. So, you know, it's a 50-50 win-win relationship, right? The game gets absolutely nothing except really just the most basic of human interaction or positive human reaction, and I get everything. I mean, it sounds like a pretty sweet deal to me, if I'm being honest with you. Let's see. I can't leave without tapping into this, right? There be gold in them hills. Tiny little bits of rock holding me back. Let's just get blasting. There we go. You know what? That is good enough for level 1. We still have the coal pits to mine, to strip mine to the extreme and completely ruin the habitats of countless natural worm species that you find in the area. Just another day of being human, baby. Let's see what we've got here. Double cast. Which teleport is this? Return to where you cast this spell. We had a bit of an interesting strategy going with this in the past, but I don't think we'll worry too much about it. 2 double casts and a bunch of spitters. I mean, it's something. It's something. Energy orbs. So much heavy spread. 3 point some seconds of recharge time? I don't think so, game. I don't think so. Not for us today. So unfortunately, even though we got the absolute nuts when it came to our initial seed, now we're seeing a bit more of a usual selection here. And here I was calling myself a real streamer. No streamer loot for me. Fair enough. I think I will take this just for the double cast. We have lots of money, and I just want, you know, something, anything. Oh gosh. Maybe just throw these in here? Is that all tenable? Okay, we do kind of burn through our mana, but it's not a bad recharge speed on this son of a gun. So that will just give us a little bit of extra DPS from what I can tell. In my exceptionally limited, very professional Noita experience. Let's see what perks we have available. At least we can afford rerolls out the wazoo. Tinker with wands everywhere. It's kind of fun. Ideally, if I could, you know, squeak my way out of here without triggering the box, then that wouldn't be a problem anyway. So it is what it is. Yeah, if we can get a non-shuffle, really high mana charge speed wand, then we would just be in it for the long term. I think I'm going to take Wand Experimenter, though. Healing is so nice in the game. Really allows us to push the envelope a little bit further than we otherwise might be able to. So, I mean, how could I not, right? Explorer healing is so good. This is pretty much a similar thing. Only we don't have to trek our way up to the surface from the doldrums of the mines just to trigger it. So that's always nice. That's lovely. Let's do it. Extra life and healing. We have a decent start going. All we need now is some nice immunities, potentially. Specifically, I'm looking at you, immunity to explosions. Would love to see it. Do I want to buy this just for a double cast? Maybe Burning Trail, but that's a bit of a hit or miss. In my personal experience, at the very least. Not a bad wand. Slightly lampshaded by the fact that it's not exactly a good wand, but it's better than this one. In many ways. So let me yoink. And you know, we'll take it. We get the double cast from it. I may even just steal that real quick. I have nothing to put it on at the moment, but that's fine. Let's see, so these are both recharge time. Oh yeah. No, definitely want to keep those bad boys on. I guess I could take off a triplicate bolt for another double. Does that make any amount of sense? Oh gosh, does it. I mean, that's not a tenable amount of mana charge, but we just fire in bursts and then let it recover? That's not bad. If I redline it, how does it do? Mostly just casts the chainsaw because it can't afford the goods. Good to know, good to know.